Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in this beautiful planet of ours. This is Marc, the Intuitive Prospector, here for another Metaphysical Mocha Mondays on the Intuitive Prospector page every Monday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Going to be talking about the art and skill of relaxation this morning, something I feel that some of you may need. But before we jump in, let me just say good morning to those that are hanging out with me here. So if you want to hang out with me, one of the requirements is to have a cup of coffee, your hemp-infused protein shake, or whatever tickles your fancy. So thanks for hanging out with me this morning. This morning I'm going to get into a couple messages about the art and skill of relaxation, about relaxation in your journey for your own development, for your own spiritual journey, for your health and your wellness. Relaxation is something that a lot of us miss in this day and age. How many of you would agree that are watching this morning that the 21st century is a very fast-paced, busy, chaotic place to be? I found that to be true, and so I do a lot of relaxation, and I set that intent for relaxation. So I'm just going to work with you this morning on the art and skill of relaxation, because we do not relaxate enough. We don't get into the form of relaxation. And so if you guys would do me a big favor, because it's just me, myself, and I running the show. I don't have a producer anymore, running off the Intuitive Prospector page. So those of you that are watching with me this morning, if you'd be so kind to just share out to a spiritual page, a metaphysical page, a psychic page, a mediumship page, a page that you follow, a light workers page, that would help me to grow grassroots and to create this community that I've been doing for 2 seasons now. Every Monday morning, where people can come together and get an inspirational topic, some guidance, some spiritual knowledge, but also get to know people in the community. So if you're hanging out in the community, looks like we've got Tammy. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning. My mom is hanging out. Good morning, April. Good morning, Paula. Good morning, Misty. So there's a few of you hanging out. So make sure to say hi to one another, because this is 30 minutes of me talking about a message for the week to inspire you, to guide you, to get you thinking outside the box, but it's also a way to connect with other like-minded people. There's a lot of great people in the community as a spiritual prospector. And if you want, turn on the notification. There should be a button on Facebook Live that says turn on when I go live, or subscribe to the Intuitive Prospector page, or subscribe to my YouTube library. All that is in the description, the links to the YouTube library, where there's over 100, pushing almost 200 videos now, podcasts, radio shows, hiking videos, diving videos, Metaphysical Mocha Mondays. So this morning, I wanted to talk about relaxation, because we do not relax enough. And one of the Zen masters had always talked about meditation being the clarifier for the cloudy mind. And when you set your intent for relaxation, there's a lot of things that can happen, and we'll go through a quick breathing exercise to do that. But a lot of us are so busy, and I found that when the mind is busy, and there's a lot going on, and there is, whether it's life, children, career, paying your mortgage, paying your bills, commuting, traffic. But when the mind is busy, that sends busy signals to the body. And when the body is constantly in a flux of being in the busy signal, the nervous system is impacted. And when the nervous system is impacted, that's where we get into problems with our health and our disease, or what I call dis-ease. So relaxation is something that we need to do more of. And the reason I call it an art and a skill is because a lot of people do not, they say, a lot of people I talk to say, hey, I'm going to go on vacation. But then just going on vacation is a stress environment for them, because they're trying to prepare and get things packed. And then when they're on vacation, they finally feel that they can get relaxed, and then the trip's over. And we go on vacation, but then a lot of us say that we need a vacation from our vacation. So we're really not relaxing at the state that we should be. So this morning I wanted to just talk about just some things about the state of relaxation and what relaxation can mean for you. I try to do it every day. Now my journey is obviously a lot different than your journey, but I have suffered through severe chronic back pain, chronic pain, And so it was instilled in me through biofeedback, through the art of meditation, through the power of Qigong, is to find ways to relax the body. Because for those of you that have tension, those of you that have anxiety, those of you who have depression, those of you who have chronic pain like myself, the body is trying to tell you that something is at disease with your environment, with your surroundings. So the intuition is what I call the language of the soul. If you're hanging out with me this morning, if this message resonates with you this morning, then you were obviously meant to be here, because all of us suffer from some form of chronic pain, anxiety, depression, worry, stress. I know some of you are moms on here. I know my own mom's on here, and I'm sure she had plenty of stress and worry with me growing up. Wasn't the easiest kid to raise, always out for a next soul adventure, if you will. But setting the intent, because energy follows intent, and when you set your intent to relax, that's why I say it's an art and a skill, because a lot of people do not set that intention to actually relax. Quiet the busy mind, because when you quiet the busy mind, the body is going to respond to that. Because again, if you're always in a constant state of go, 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 the busy mind, the monkey mind up here, the thoughts that are always going, if this is always busy, it's sending your body busy signals. And like I said, a lot of the Zen masters, the meditation masters talk about meditation being the clarifier for the cloudy mind. And so this morning, I wanted to give you a mantra, a positive affirmation for your journey. Also going to give you a spirit totem animal guide, going to give you a crystal and a numerology number for the week to help you, because that's what Metaphysical Mochas is all about. So if you're hanging out with me this morning, grab your coffee, grab your tea, grab your protein shake. I really appreciate you hanging out with me this morning as we tackle and explore and discover through body, mind, and spirit the art and skill of intuition. If you would, please share out the page. That helps us grow the page. I'd really appreciate it. I'm not sharing out as much anymore. I'm not really too engaged with Facebook anymore, to be honest with you. So if you guys would be so kind to do that, I'd really appreciate it. But the positive mantra for this week is, my mind is calm, I am calm and relaxed in every situation. So let me say that again for you. My mind is calm, I am calm and relaxed in every situation. So that's your positive mantra for the week. And if you can say that to yourself, my mind is calm, I am calm and relaxed in every situation, your energy change, your vibration change, your focus change, your frequency changes. I always think of Nikola Tesla when he talks about, if you want to unlock the secrets of the universe, the unseen world, the unknown, the metaphysical, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at start to change. Dr. Wayne Dyer talked about that all the time. So this morning, I just want you to sit back, just taking some deep breaths. I have Metaphysical Mocha Monday, because that's usually the least favorite day of the week, because most of you are returning. Some of you might be on your way to work right now. Some of you may be actually in work, hanging out with me, which I appreciate. And I found this to be the least favorite day. So I chose this show at specifically 8 a.m. on a Monday morning to go against that negative energy and try to make it a positive place of inspiration and guidance and teaching to help you throughout the week, to think throughout the week until we come back next Monday. Now, if you can't wait that long, I'll be on the air this Wednesday over on my radio show, Inspired Living Radio, with Marc and Kim. That's the internet-based show, so you go right through the internet, no password, no username needed, from any device, anywhere in the world. We have a global audience. It's at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, over on the Om Times Radio Network. You can just internet search Inspired Living Radio. It'll pull up through the internet. We're in 3 seasons. Lots of great shows. There's another great show coming up this week. Don't want to give too much detail, but I can tell you last week's show was awesome. His name is Daniel Pinchbeck. Look him up. Wrote a book called How Soon Is Now? The Handbook for Global Change. Very eye-opening to what's going on in our world around us. And some of us are asleep at the wheel. Some of us are not paying attention. And there's those of us that are paying attention, that are conscious, that are empathic, that are paying attention and aware of what's going on in our world. And those of us that are aware and awakened and use that intuition usually suffer from higher forms of anxiety, depression, worry, stress, tension, because we're connecting into something bigger than ourselves. The Dalai Lama talked about that a lot. So today's message is about getting you to use the art and skill of relaxation. And how can we relax? Well, we set it by doing our intent. If we set the intent that we're going to tell our mind that we want to relax, energy follows intention. And when we start to just get into a place where we can tell our mind that, you know what, I'm just going to take 5 minutes. I'm going to listen with Marc here. I'm going to take 5 minutes and I'm going to get into the vibration of relaxation, because it is an art and a skill, because a lot of us do not set that intent. And the 21st century is a busy place to be, guys. There's a lot going on, and it causes a lot of things in the nervous system. If the nervous system is always in fight or flight, it's also dropping cortisol into the system, which helps put on weight to protect itself unconsciously. The body, we create our own stress and worry, and we're always constantly going. The 21st century is busy, busy, busy. And one of the big things that I always talk about is take the time to disconnect so that you can take time to, so you may have the time to reconnect to something bigger than yourself. Because in the end, it is going to impact your health, and your health is your wealth. So you want to work with the nervous system, you want to work with the power. Whatever you do, exercise, running, swimming, good nutrition, lots of sleep, lots of rest, qigong, kung fu, yoga, meditation. There's different forms of meditation. It doesn't have to be just sitting in silence. But when you set your intent, it all starts with intent. So set your intent to have relaxation. So we're going to do that here right now. And again, the positive mantra for this week is, my mind is calm, I am calm and relaxed in every situation. So just say that to yourself real quick. Go ahead and just take a nice deep breath. So close your eyes, close your mouth. Taking a nice deep breath, the pranayama, the energy of life, in through your nose. Go ahead and just put both feet on the ground. Sit back for a second, and then just focus in on your breath. One of the tricks of quieting the mind is to focus in on breath. And when we do that, we're going to take the breath in through the nose, hold on to that breath, and for today, we're going to actually breathe back out through the nose. And every time that you're doing that, I want you to breathe in, setting the intent of breathing in relaxation. Hold on to that energy, that power, that love. And breathing out through your nose. Now, it's hard for me to do because I'm talking to you, but you guys are with me. So breathing in through the nose, breathing in relaxation. Hold on to that energy, hold on to that prana. And exhale out through the nose. And with that exhale, releasing stress and worry and tension and doubt. Taking in another nice, deep, cleansing, healing breath. Breathing in love, breathing in peace, breathing in relaxation. Hold on to that breath. And just release, breathing out through the nose. There's many different forms of breathing exercises, and I found that there's great power, great knowledge, great stress relief in just working with the power of your breath. In through your nose, out through your nose, in through your nose, out through your mouth. You can actually breathe in through one nostril by pinching a nostril close, and then you can do the other side. There's many different exercises to help you with taking in different aspects of energy, of pranayama. Prana is the life force, the vibration that makes the body go. Without breath, we don't go, right? So today we're talking about the art and skill of relaxation. And when we set our intent to relax, the mind is going to follow that. And when the mind is not as busy, the body responds to the mind. So if the mind is busy, the body's going to feel that. The nervous system is going to feel that. We got to remember, guys, that we're spiritual beings first, here having a physical human experience. And so if you can go back to your roots, if you can go back to the basics, if you will, go back to, I'm thinking of my basketball coach who always talked to me about the basics, the footwork of being a good basketball player, that it really starts with the foundation. It starts with the basics and then the footwork, and then you can get into doing more things. But when we go back to basics, which is breath is, for me, is the basic of going back to our roots, going back to our basics. And we set the intent of having relaxation with the true form of sitting in stillness and silence. And Rumi said, the more silent and still we are, the more we actually hear. You can rest the mind, and when you rest the mind, the body will follow suit. So give it a whirl, give it a try this week. See how it works for you. But I've found that the art and skill of relaxation is something that we all have to work at, because the 21st century is such a busy place, such a crazy, chaotic, religious, political, you name it, social media, television. a lot of us try to relax. I'm just thinking, when we try to relax, we think of relaxing in front of something, in front of social media, the internet, TV, and just to be mindful of that, because I do teach on being mindful. That is really not relaxation. Some of you may tell yourself that is relaxation, but you still have absorption of false energy that's coming into your mind. You're still picking up your external stimuli, if you will, that could be stoking and triggering thoughts depending on what you're watching, what you're taking in. So I would suggest, in order to set the intent of relaxation, get away from media, get away from technology, get away from Facebook, get away from the media. Do something that it has silence. A lot of people don't go looking for silence. I say go find silence and listen to that silence. Nature is great. That's why I have nature as my backdrop, because I honestly believe that nature is our greatest teacher. It is our greatest healer. It is our greatest friend. It offers us a lot of different benefits if we know how to tap into that, and we have awareness of how to tap into the benefits of nature. And one of the things that we can do is we can go out into nature and relax. So this morning I'm talking about the art and skill of relaxation. I want to thank you for hanging out with me this morning. I want to give you your totem animal spirit for this week. Also going to give you your crystal for this week. And if you guys want to hang out with me at 8:30, right about 8:30, so I got to keep an eye on the clock. I'll be back up on the Intuitive Prospector page, so make sure to turn on the notifications. Make sure to subscribe to the page because I'll be back for the Prospecting Q&A after show that starts right at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we go for about a half hour. Sometimes I go over 45 minutes. Sometimes I've gone for an hour. But this is where I will actually connect directly with you, the spiritual prospector that is tuning in from wherever you're at. I see people all around that are tuning in. So this will be a direct way to have a conversation with me. You can ask me a question. If we want to connect to a loved one in mediumship, I'm happy to do that. If there's a reading that you want to do for a card, for guidance, I'm happy to do that. It's my way of giving back and interacting with people through Facebook and creating a spiritual community of connecting with people. So that'll be the Prospecting Q&A after show right at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So make sure to stick around for that, because I have to end this video because this video is then uploaded to my YouTube library and then also my different social media accounts for this specific video. But thanks for hanging out with me. Grab another drink of your tea, your coffee. Let's find the magic in the moment. Let me give you your spirit totem animal guide. This one should come as no surprise for you. The turtle or the tortoise is your spirit animal guide for this week. I always think of Crush in Finding Nemo. So if you guys have seen Finding Nemo, Crush is the turtle, and they're in the jet stream cruise, and he's like a surfer. So if you see Crush or you see the tortoise is telling you to slow down, to take it easy, and that's within the form and the energy of relaxation. The tortoise is a reminder for me. When I see the tortoise, it's like, okay, I'm taking on too many problems. I'm taking on too many troubles of others. I need to slow down. I need to disconnect. So when you see the tortoise, when you see the turtle, when you see Crush from Finding Nemo, it's just saying, slow down, enjoy your surroundings, enjoy the serenity. Even if there's a detour, sometimes detours are blessings in disguise. And be patient and determined and stick with what you're doing, but maybe at a slower pace. So the tortoise, the turtle, is your totem animal for this week. Pretty cool animal. I love the tortoise. I love seeing them when I'm diving. I don't get to see them very often when I'm under the waves, under the ocean. But when you do, they're just majestic. They just go with the flow. And that's a lot of times what we as humans can learn from nature. Again, this is an example of learning from nature, whether it's a tortoise or a turtle, whether it's a whale, whether it's a dolphin. Whales and dolphins are very intelligent. They communicate, they talk, they travel in pods, they work in community, they help, they grieve, they feed their young as mammals. But they seem to go with the flow and don't have a lot of stress. And humans could, learn from that. Humans, we need to learn to be in an eco world versus an ego world, thinking that we're the top of the food chain. We might be right now, but last week's show, there was something that stuck with me when our guest was talking about the global change, and that there's over 100 species a day that are going extinct. And humans, if you take all of life, every single piece of life on Earth, ants, bugs, spiders, humans make up 0.01% of the life population. That's actually pretty small, but we're responsible for 38% extinction of other animals. So, when I think of the animal world, I think that we can learn a lot from, understanding and living in harmony and peace with the world of nature, with Mother Earth, with those that are surrounding us. But that's part of the anxiety, and that's part of the relaxation, is we're out of touch with a lot of things that we do in life. So today's message is the art and skill of relaxation. The 21st century is very busy. I'm telling you to just take a moment to relax, make the time to disconnect so you may have time to reconnect. Your positive mantra for this week is, my mind is calm, I am calm, and relaxed in every situation. If you see the tortoise, you see the turtle. It's a reminder. The crystal for this week, it was kind of interesting because we're in Mercury retrograde still. Mercury retrograde happens 3 times a year, so we're in a pretty fiery because it moved into Leo. It's now moved out of the Leo cycle. We had a full lunar cycle that was the longest totality in 100 years in the 21st century. So a lot of different energy. So this morning, as we come off that Mercury retrograde, as we come off that backside of the energy, I gave the crystal for this week is the fire agate. The fire agate is actually, it's obtained pretty much in all specialty stores. You can find the red agate, the fire agate, because the Leo sign is also the earth sign for fire. So I thought it would be a good way to kind of douse that fire. Especially right now, I'm just thinking of California. The largest fire in their history is taking place right now. And they've got over 15,000 firefighters, National Guard, trying to battle all these fires. So there's a lot of fire element literally in the physical world that's taking place. So the fire agate is it's a deep connection to the earth. It's the crystal that's known for its energy of calming, bringing in security and safety. It has really strong grounding powers. It's used in difficult times. The fire agate is used when you're having difficult times. So for those of you that are watching this morning, if you're having a rough go, pick up a fire agate, put it in your pocket, wear it around your neck, hold on to that energy, because it is a grounding energy, and it can really bring you back down to earth and really help you get into that state of relaxation. And that's what we're talking about this morning, the art and skill of relaxation. So the numerology for this week is, I pulled the purple card. It's a pride card. Now I know it's backwards, but the pride in number 19, which adds up to 10 in numerology, which is a 1, and the 1 represents independence. And for those of you that are watching, sometimes independence, for those of you that are in marriage or relationship, kids, sometimes you have to have your independence and you got to get away from it all. It's like, Calgon, take me away. That's the old commercial that's coming to my mind. But all of us, especially those of us who are in the spiritual path, spiritual development, understanding, unfolding, awakening, it's really important to have your independence and also get isolated, because the pride card, there's a lot of, the pride is usually tied to the ego. And pride comes before the fall, as they say. So if you're dealing with a lot of prideful issues, you're dealing with a lot of ego issues, that's also not helping with your relaxation. That's not helping with calming the mind. And you want to calm the mind. You want to find peace. You want to find relaxation. I always ask myself now, do I want to be at peace or do I want to be right? And 9 times out of 10, I'm usually going to lean to peace. Even though if I know that I'm right on something, it's just more beneficial for my health and my spiritual journey just to be at peace. And sometimes that's being the observer and not actually saying something, being the listener and not engaging in conversation. Because again, be humble or get humble has been my mantra for many years now, because I've learned the hard way of, knowing when to identify pride. So pride and relaxation usually don't go hand in hand. So get rid of the pride, get rid of the ego, start instilling some disciplines and some activities that will instill and drive and set your intent to have a relaxed mind, because it is an art and a skill. We don't relax enough. We need to relax more. We are not meant to do a lot of the stuff that we're doing in society. Our bodies are not meant to take on stressors, sitting in front of a computer for 8 hours a day, doing a lot of bullshit work that a lot of us do. We're not meant to do that. We're meant to get out. We're meant to be active. We're meant to be social, and we're meant to have low stress and go with the flow of things. And we've created our own stress. We've created our own worry. We've created our own drama. And by doing that, we create dis-ease within the body, the mind, the spirit. But if we go back to the core, if we go back to who we are, we're spiritual beings first, having a physical human experience second. And the journey of 1,000 miles begins with that single step, and that's what we're in. We're in that journey of discovering, exploring spiritual university. That's what I say Earth is. It's like a spirit university that we're attending to learn each and every day. So I hope that you find the magic in the moment today. I hope that you take some time to set the intent to relax, because it is an art and a skill, and really focus in on making relaxation an art. Focus in on making relaxation a skill, something that you aspire to every day, something that you can tune into, because when you quiet the mind, you quiet the body. And when you quiet the body, your impact to your health is definitely measured. It's actually felt. Your impact and your connection to the external world in which you participate is changed in many different ways. So I want to just thank you for hanging out with me this morning here on Metaphysical Mocha Mondays with Marc. I'll be back next Monday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 a.m. Eastern. I'll be back here in about 1 minute for the Prospecting Q&A after show here on the Intuitive Prospector page. So make sure to subscribe, like, turn on the notifications. And again, my mind is calm. I am calm and relaxed in every situation. That is your positive mantra for this week. The tortoise or the turtle is your spirit animal guide to slow down, take things as they come. The fire agate is your crystal of the week to get grounded and find calming strength in just being relaxed through the fire agate. And then pride is the numerology number of 19, or the number 1, about independence and taking time to get out and connect to yourself, your higher self. Again, meditation is the clarifier for the cloudy mind. So I hope that you guys have a great week. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll be back here in about 30 seconds. So have a great day, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. Until our next soul adventure, be kind, caring, compassionate, and I will see you next Monday for Metaphysical Mocha Mondays. Namaste.